I just bought a house and the previous owner was using these two dehumidifiers to try to keep the basement humidity under control. During my first week of ownership, I placed a few of these Amazon humidity gauges around the basement, and unfortunately they were all reading over 70% humidity. With two dehumidifiers running non-stop, that's definitely not what you want to see, and I'll admit, I started to panic a little. So let's see if this 50-pint Midea dehumidifier from Home Depot can help with the problem. Now I'll quickly show you what comes in the box. One thing to mention right away, this thing is heavy. It weighs about 40 pounds, so it's a little awkward to unbox, but it is packaged well. Inside the box, you get the dehumidifier itself, the built-in 4.2-gallon removable water bucket, a drain hose, a pump filter with hose, which is used if you use the pump option, caster wheels, and the owner's manual. I paid $2.99 for this unit from Home Depot, but you can get it much cheaper on Amazon, and I'll leave a link in the description. To get it set up, simply plug it in, then lift the dehumidifier out of the water bucket. Rotate the dehumidifier until the arrows on the unit line up with the arrows on the bucket. Once they're aligned, the dehumidifier will sit securely on top of the bucket. There's also a built-in sensor that detects when it's positioned properly, allowing it to operate in bucket mode. I've just plugged it in, and the gauge on the Midea showing 65%, and I have this Amazon gauge that's showing 74%, and another across the room that's showing the same. When I first plugged it in and powered it on, it defaulted to continuous mode. The three operating modes are set, continuous, and max. In continuous mode, the dehumidifier runs non-stop regardless of the room's humidity level, but you can choose between the high and low fan speeds. In max, it still runs continuously, but it locks the fan at the highest speed for maximum moisture removal. The mode I want to use is the set mode. This allows you to use the up and down arrows to choose your target humidity, and the dehumidifier will cycle on and off automatically to maintain it. I set mine to 45% humidity. Once you have your desired humidity set, it'll hold that for about 4 or 5 seconds, then switch over to show you what the actual humidity reading is. Now, let's head out and mow for about an hour, and then we'll check and see how much water's in the bucket. And these are the results after only 1 hour, from 65 to 60 here, and from 74 to 61 here. Wow, let's see how much water is in this thing. And that is a good amount of water. For the next test, let's let it sit overnight and see how much we pull. When I returned 20 hours later, I was a bit surprised that the gauges were reading up near 70 again, but I had a P2 code on the dehumidifier. After a little research, that means the water bucket is full. Since it only appeared to be a quarter full, I was confused, but apparently there is a fill level setting I overlooked. This setting allows you to set it so it stops after the bucket is up to a certain level. The lower level you set, the less water in the bucket, which makes it lighter to haul to your disposal location. Since I wanted it as full as possible, I changed that setting to 4 and let it go again another night. After changing the setting from 1 to 4, I came back the next day and immediately noticed a big improvement. The basement humidity had dropped into the low 60s, but the dehumidifier was showing another P2 code. That meant the bucket had filled up again, this time running at a higher setting for nearly 24 hours. And here's how much water it pulled from the air in just one day. And for a quick update on those older dehumidifiers, I discovered neither one was actually working. After checking the drain hoses over 2 days, not a single drop of water came out, so they'd been running non-stop without removing any moisture. On the bright side, one of the old dehumidifiers already had a drain hose attached, and I was able to reuse it. The Midea has a standard garden hose connection on the back for continuous drainage, so now that I know how it works, I can run the hose directly into the sump pump pit. That way, I can leave it running continuously while maintaining whatever humidity level I set. Just one thing to mention here, the water drains from the same outlet whether you're using the bucket or a hose. Just make sure the hose has enough downward slope for gravity to do the work. I left mine on the bucket to help with that, but if you want to place yours directly on the floor, you'll need to enable the Bucketless Mode by holding the fill level and up buttons for 3 seconds. After letting the dehumidifier run continuously for 2 days with the drain hose connected, it's time to see the results. I wanted to make sure there weren't any leaks and the sump pump was working as planned. Happy to report, it was a success. No puddles anywhere, and the Midea is reading 50% humidity in both Amazon gauges showing 46 and 47. Over the past 3 to 4 weeks, I've been keeping an eye on the humidity and it's consistently stayed below 50%. That's a huge improvement from where it started. One upgrade I'd recommend over these basic Amazon gauges is a model that records the daily high and low readings. Since I'm usually there around 6 p.m., I wanted to see how high the humidity was climbing overnight and in the mornings when outdoor humidity is typically the highest. Overall, this video showed how quick and easy it is to get the Midea up and running. It has performed better than I expected, and I definitely recommend it if you're dealing with similar humidity issues. Also covered a few small quirks I ran into along the way. One feature I'm really looking forward to is testing the app, which lets you monitor the dehumidifier and change the settings remotely. Once I have internet at this house, I'll make a separate video covering that. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing so you don't miss that future Midea video. I'll also be documenting some attic ventilation issues in the new house, which I believe may be contributing to upstairs humidity still running a little higher than I like. And we'll see you on the next one.